guys, I just wanted to make this video obviously very late regarding the latest buffs to him, but I wanted to show you my guide to my personal favorite operator in the entire game, Blitz. Now I haven't been playing this game from the very beginning, since about Red Crow actually, which was December of 2016, but I have been a Blitz main since that very day, and I wanted to show you how I play Blitz in order to aid anyone trying to learn this fucking walking, talking
Do you think I have time to use the bathroom?
war crime against all Siege players. Let's get into it. Now, as most of you know, Blitz is fast and scary, but he didn't used to be like this. He used to be a slow, fat dude who didn't run with a shield in front of him, so obviously he was perceived as being severely underpowered, which sparked this whole meme of buff Blitz. This went on for several months until finally Ubisoft said fuck it and buffed the shit out of him. And that's what we have here today, for worse or for better. I think it's better. Blitz is one of 3 shield operators as of now. However, he is the only one of the 3 that is 2 speed, 2 armor, but also the only one with only one option for sidearm, the P12. This is a standard pistol used by the whole GSG-9. It has decent damage at 44 and a fairly large mag capacity of 15 with 1 in the chamber. It's very easy to use with incredible spammability, but quite large iron sights compared to other handguns such as the P9 and the PMM. I recommend it with a muzzle brake and a laser sight, which helps greatly with the hipfire accuracy. Just please don't use the suppressor, for the love of God. You're a fat-ass shield operator, so any kind of stealth you try to accomplish with the suppressor is immediately compromised, and it just hinders damage and heightens recoil. It's not worth it! Now onto his G52 tactical shield. I'll cover hitboxes later in the video, but as for right now, the shield has the ability to trigger a row of flashes on the front of the shield to completely blind any enemies within 5 meters in front of the shield, whether they're facing it or not, as long as there's a direct line of sight. Anything farther than that, and they will not be flashed. The flash, while having a distinct high-pitched sound, does not deafen enemies like a conventional flashbang. Finally, he has the option for M18 smoke grenades or breaching charge. Of course, it depends greatly on what gadget you need to help your team, but generally I stick to the smoke grenades. They're great for blocking lines of sight that you're exposed from if you're moving across hallways or between rooms, as the shield only covers part of your body. It can also be used for cover while planting a diffuser, or used to obstruct the entrance from which you'd emerge and surprise the enemy. Now Blitz has some very interesting movement compared to other shield operators. Firstly, he's slightly faster, sprinting at around 3.7 meters a second, whereas other shield operators such as Montagne Fuse, as if anyone actually uses Fuse shield, sprint at around 3.6 meters a second. This is because he is, as of right now, the only shield operator that is 2 speed, 2 armor, meaning he's slightly faster than he was before, but also slightly less tanky. Mentioned before, he does have the grace of sprinting with his shield in front of his torso and head, whereas other shield operators run with it at their side. During testing, now this came out as a bit of a surprise to me, I found that Blitz is the exact same speed whether his shield is on his back or not. However, Montagne or Fuse are both considerably faster with their shields on their backs, around 4.2 meters a second, which is even faster than Blitz. So the only real advantage of putting Blitz's shield on his back is if you want to move quietly, I guess. You still make the distinguished shield sound, only slightly muffled, so do with that information what you will. While in the base standing position, Blitz's shield covers his head, a portion of his arms, and his torso down to his knees. The main areas you're exposed from are your right hand, which holds the gun, your left shoulder, and your legs. When you're crouched, pretty much everything is covered, except for your right hand and your left shoulder again. Your feet and legs are completely safe when crouched, except if you're moving side to side, then you are susceptible to leg shots. While aiming down sights, you are completely exposed from your head, right hand and shoulder, left shoulder, and both legs up to around the thigh. While crouched, though, your head, arms, and shoulder are exposed, but only one leg is exposed. So if you're aiming down sights at someone, in most situations it's best to crouch to minimize your hitbox. When you go on your drone or rappel, your shield automatically goes on your back, meaning you're very exposed, unless you face a corner, crouch, and then throw out your drone. Just in case someone runs out on you, you will be pretty much covered. Your head is slightly exposed though, but it's better than nothing. I don't recommend peeking windows as Blitz because you only have a pistol without any kind of sights, so the chances of you killing someone is much slimmer than if you were on the floor. When sprinting at someone, you cannot shoot. You must stop and start shooting at someone. While running directly at an enemy, both shoulders and both legs are completely exposed. Getting knifed as a shield operator is a crucial weakness, as it can leave you open to being shot at or killed by a follow-up melee. However, you can negate this slightly by turning 90 degrees to the right, always the right. This blocks more of your body that would otherwise be able to be shot at, and denies any follow-up melee through the torso. The best situation you can get as a Blitz is being up close and personal with him. This makes him slightly situational, as some maps, such as Bank, are very open and can leave you very exposed. So, even though he's not unplayable, think about the situations you'll be put in. Usually you want to be up close and in range of your flash shield to completely blind him, which is about 5 meters. Over time you'll get the feel for how far his flash can reach. Afterwards you'll want to start hip firing if you're close enough. But most people when flash will attempt to run, in which case it's safe to ADS and kill them. Close the gap slowly while hip firing, as it isn't always the most reliable, until you're close enough to land a melee. Some people will spray and frantically melee once they're flashed, so the best tactic is to keep a fair distance and move to the side. They'll try to shoot and knife in your last known location, so moving is crucial if you don't want your massive hitbox to screw you over. Finally, if you've lined up your laser sight and you're confident you can kill an enemy from far away, the best way is not to just stand still in ADS. Most good players will be aiming at your head and waiting for you to aim down sights, so the best way is to change stance and lean while aiming. Doesn't really matter what direction you lean, as the purpose is to move your head hitbox and force them to adjust in the split second you lock onto their head. When possible, take advantage of the laser sight to line up the headshot, as it will always stay in the middle of your screen and show exactly where your aim will land. You technically can just draw a dot in the center of your screen for an easier time, but whichever works best for you. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this Blitz guide. Definitely the most balanced operator in the game. Be sure to like and subscribe to boost my ego, and I'll see you in another few months when I decide to upload again. Probably.